What's going on, everybody? Brandon here, back with another action figure review. We survived the June 1st drop date and did all our toy hunting. Very excited to take a closer look at these figures. We've got our Superman Battle Damage Gold Label Target exclusive, our standard release Superman, standard release Metamorpho, and Walmart's Cyborg Superman in blue and red. These figures retail for about $22 to $23.99 a piece. Very interesting and very cool to see these here firsthand. Let's dive on in. Taking a look at Superman and Metamorpho on the round table. These are fantastic figures. They're the easiest ones to find that ship together, and they look great. Really excited and happy to have these ones to see what we can learn from them that might be in the film. I'd love to hear from you if you're hunting for these toys. Please let me know down in the comments section if these are also the most common figures that you're finding in your area. I think I bumped into these guys at least 3, maybe 4 times while out hunting. Taking a closer look, here is Metamorpho, so you can see a little bit better. I like the blue hidden in the purple there. And there is the UPC for him if you need it. And then next I'll show you Superman here. Just an awesome looking figure, you guys. I'm so stoked to get him out of the packaging. There's the UPC for Superman if you need it. Next, here's a look at Cyborg Superman on the round table. This figure looks fantastic. I'm so excited and happy to have this one. Honestly, he's one of my favorite Superman villains, you guys. Love Hank Henshaw. If you don't know the story, check it out. 90s Superman, Death of Superman and Return of Superman. Probably one of the best stories in DC Comics in the last, I'll say 30 years. Here is the barcode if you need it for Walmart. Here's a look at our Battle Damage Superman, the gold label Target exclusive. So happy to have found this figure. And all the Target hunting that I did, I only found this figure just once. And it was for a Target that had a display of Superman figures on an end cap. Tons of regular Superman, 1 Metamorpho, and 1 Dirty Superman. And I was really happy to find him. I can't wait to have this guy like battle the Kaiju or something and set up an awesome scene. Here's a closer look at the figure. Really, if you don't notice the gold label and you're just looking at the figures and you don't look too hard, you're not going to notice. But he's dirty, his face is dirty, his emblem is dirty, and it looks like there's just like black soot all over his costume. And there is the UPC if you need it for Target. All right, you guys, we got our figures out of the packaging. They look awesome. So much detail and so much to explore. Let's dive on in. Taking a look first at our Superman figures, here they are. Both standard releases. We got our gold label on the left, our standard on the right. They look really, really good. They're the exact same figure. Of course, one is clean, one is dirty. And when you're holding that dirty Superman in hand, he sure feels dirty. He feels grimy. Kind of like the same thing with the Todd's Mods Killer Croc. I felt that. I felt like the figure was like dirty. I don't know. Maybe it's a trick on the mind. Maybe it's paint. I don't know. But it definitely gives it a realistic touch. That is for sure. The stand does work great and helps to keep the figure in place. So that's nice. I always really appreciate that because we never get that with Marvel Legends. We never got that with DC Universe Classics or anything that Mattel did. So overall, I really, really like the presentation of this figure. It definitely looks like David Cornsweat, and I just absolutely love it. We don't have any break in the face from the faceplate that comes with the Deluxe figure, so this head sculpt looks really, really nice. And there's even like a little bit of shine to the eyes. You're probably not going to be able to see it on camera, but it looks really, really good. I'll try to take you in closer so you can see the texture and the detailing on this costume and all the black soot everywhere. And it is everywhere. Definitely you can see like the difference, between the front side and the back side and the arm. So that is very, very interesting. But overall, it does look really nice. They definitely captured what they were going for. I just kind of wish there'd be like some tears and rips in the suit, but I get it. You'd have to like sculpt something different, and they were just trying to go for the same figure twice over. Love the detail in this cape. You're also not going to get this on the Deluxe figure. It's a plastic cape. Most people don't desire it. I typically don't, but the texture and the detail on this cape is really cool. So I'm really glad that we get both. We get a standard release with the plastic rubber cape, and then we get our deluxe. Overall, a really, really nice looking figure, you guys. Standard articulation for most of what we're used to with McFarlane figures. His head only looks up about that high because of his hair, but you could get him in a pretty nice flight pose with, yeah, that's a little awkward. His tummy joints and then his pelvis joints kind of stick out a little bit. So it takes a little play to get him into the right flight pose, I suppose. I wonder if we get different articulation on the deluxe figure. But yeah, that's about it as far as looking up goes. Very interesting. There's our ab crunch. And then at the waist, we've got movement. Tough for sure. I don't want to mess with my figure too much because the more I do, I know I'll loosen the joints. We've got butterfly joints in the arm. So that's nice. The range of motion goes out just a little bit and then goes in just a little bit. I wish there was more range there a little bit, but that's okay. Double jointed elbows. That is very nice. That is really tight. Wow. And then we've got, of course, a cut at the bicep tricep. So that's good. And we've got a full 360 ball hinge. Mine are kind of tough to maneuver, especially on this side, like the up and down part. And then let's see. Wow. All right, let's try to put one of these flight hands. Let's see. How tough will this be? Not that tough. It was harder to get this hand off than on. You can see just how dirty that hand is from fighting Ultraman. But yeah, very nice. Not bad. Articulation in the legs. They come out about that far. Forward and back. Of course, you risk, warping the underwear. So there's that. We've got our double jointed knees. That is as far back as they go. So very interesting. Is there a boot cut? No. And then the ankles, of course, forward and back and side to side. They rock at the top and bottom. And toe articulation right here at the very bottom. Very nice. Overall, a really, really good looking figure. Very happy to have this guy. My hands really do feel dirty after touching him, though. Again, maybe it's just a play on my mind because I'm holding a figure that looks dirty, but overall, he looks fantastic. Superman also comes with his trading card, standard art that we're used to seeing by now, even on the Spin Master stuff. And on the back side, if you want to read that, you can pause now. Yes. All right. So this figure basically is the same as the other one. I'll just kind of talk it through and share some of my thoughts with you as we go through the other one. I am curious to see if there's any differences in the ability to look up for this figure. Funny, right? The motto of the whole movie, look up, just look up. Yeah, that is weird. When I go like that, that is really odd. So I guess be wary of that. Try to snap it into place, but you know how the McFarlane diapers roll, so it's gonna be a little odd. But I mean, not too bad overall. You could definitely get that like nice flight pose per se. I'm trying candid. Here we go. Let's see. Is it achievable? Yeah. It doesn't look too bad. It's never going to be perfect. Very, very curious to see the deluxe version, if that's any better. But yeah, overall, this does look pretty good. Yeah, not bad. So it's going to be standard articulation. Same thing as before. I'll just kind of show you and talk through it. I really like the release and the drop for these toys, and that the Spin Master ones all came out first. That was so smart and so strategic, and they were 6-inch figures, and you could build that robot, and you got guys that are like, collectors that are really only ever interested in the McFarlane stuff. But we've got new Superman, there's appeal, it's like eye candy, 6 inches Superman, and it looks good. Everything on it looked great. And everybody got to buy that stuff and enjoy the price point and the simplicity of it and the simple sculpts. And that was great. And then now McFarlane's got his time to shine with all of the collector action figures. And so really, kind of like double dipping your money this time. So DC hit a home run, and it has been phenomenal. So very happy to have these guys, to see the drop, see the release, see so many people get in on the Spin Master stuff. I feel like most people don't. I feel like I'm the minority for the basic action figure stuff. So very cool, and I love getting my hands on the new McFarlane stuff when I can. Overall, Superman looks fantastic. There's the difference in the clean cape and the dirty cape. That is very noticeable. But yeah, overall, really great looking figures. Really happy to have these guys. Of course, we got our 2 flight hands, so that is nice. We've got our 1 grip hand, like to catch a fist. So that's nice. We could like test that out right here. He's going to catch his other fist. Boom, just like that. Maybe like this. Yeah, like between Superman and Ultraman, that would be cool. If you put him in a dynamic pose, you've caught the fist, or maybe it's the chokehold. You never know. You do all kinds of stuff. Let's see, can we accomplish a chokehold for Superman? I know we could do it with Cyborg Superman. He's got a killer chokehold arm. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, for action figure photography, you could finagle just about anything. So, that is pretty cool. Overall, I'm really satisfied and happy with these guys. The new Superman movie figure, basic figure, for McFarlane is absolutely phenomenal. Next, taking a look at Metamorpho, and holy smokes, McFarlane blew it out of the water. This guy is freaking incredible. I am so happy with this. The detail, the design, oh man, that sculpting is killer. And it's not gonna do you justice until you're holding the figure in hand, and then you can feel like all of the ridges and everything that went into the texture and design and detail of this figure, because it is phenomenal. And we've got like an ice leg here that is like kind of like translucent. That is so cool, man. That is awesome. And then on this side, it's all swampy, and it just looks so cool. I kind of consider like taking one of those vinyl metamorphos and like chopping his hands off and like adding them here and here as like part of his power set. That would be really cool. Might do that. We got the swirls in the head. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, you guys. Seriously, very underrated character. Even his eyes being off a little bit is just like really jarring to the overall look and appeal of the character. The boxer shorts are the only things, boxing shorts, I should say. It's the only thing that's a little off-putting for me. I would rather he have like, I don't know, Hulk shorts or something. Or, I mean, even if you just went with the black Speedo, at least like it would be comic book accurate. I don't know. But overall, I do really like the look of this character. That ice leg is so awesome. You guys, I'm sorry, but this is like a million times better than the Spin Master basic figure. Which, I get it, it's just for kids, but man, for like $14 more, you get a really, really killer Metamorpho. So, articulation, movement in the head, side to side, and it's on a ball joint. He has no trouble looking up, way up high, and down. Very nice. We've got a nice ab crunch that, like, even with all this texture and detail, it really doesn't hinder too much at all. So that is great. Same thing at the waist, which is very nice. We've got butterfly joints out here that go back this far, and they go in this far. So that is really nice. Does look good overall. And then we've got at the bicep, and of course at the shoulder, and the same thing here. Different sculpts, but does the same thing. On the purple side, it is a little spiky, so like it kind of hurts your hands a little bit. We've got double jointed elbows, which is nice on both sides. Looks great. It definitely goes in further on the orange side. On the purple side, it's just a little bit rocky. Can't get the same angle, but close, pretty close. We do have full articulation in the wrists, bend and twist, And that is, oh, I just flung his hand off. Well, I guess now's as good a time of any to try this. And that went in there nice and easily. So that's really cool. Rex Mason looks like he's ready to kick butt. He's like got his clobber hands ready. So that is really cool. And for the legs, I was really surprised by this. Below the shorts, there is a cut. It's tight, but it's there. So you could bend his legs. The ice leg seems to do it better. But yeah, there is a cut here. It's just kind of tight to maneuver. But yeah, very, very cool. Movement in the waist is good. Movement in the hips is all right. I really don't want to push it or force it. It does work really nice. There's double jointed knees. That's how far back it goes on the swamp side. And on the ice side, it goes farther. So it looks like the ice side and the orange side get a little bit of a better range of motion. Not by much, but still it's something to consider. Double jointed knees on both, though, for sure. Which is interesting because I just took a look at our Cyborg Superman and he doesn't have that. He's got one double jointed knee on one side and the other one single joint. Anyways, the articulation here in the ankles is good. Get back and forth on the rocker pivot, and toticulation. And overall, really, really nice. Great figure. We get the grab hands. We get the fisted hands. We get the grab hands. We get the fisted hands. And overall, it does look really, really nice. So, hats off to McFarlane for an awesome, awesome figure. This guy looks killer. He's nice and easy to pose, and overall, he just looks phenomenal. I'm so excited for Metamorpho to get his debut. He's an underdog for sure in the DC universe, so it's going to be really, really cool to see him finally on the big screen. The stand does work very nicely and does what it's supposed to do to keep the figure standing. I'm always going to be grateful for figure stands no matter what, because when you don't have them and you got to display your figures, it just is an extra cost. And with the McFarlane figures, at least it's not an extra burden. For the card, here it is. That art is really, really cool. I love that. That is awesome. And on the back side, maybe movie spoilers, so take a look if you want or don't. Up to you. Overall, Metamorpho, fantastic figure. Next, taking a look at Cyborg Superman. This guy is freaking awesome. This has got to be, hands down, one of my favorite McFarlane figures so far. And there have been quite a lot. But I think by now we got the proportions down. He's taller. He's got the cloth cape. And the metallic shine, the finish on the metal parts, just looks incredible. So I'm going to try to take you through this figure. The camera's not going to do it justice, but we're going to try. And if I thought the red and the black one looked good, then this one in the classic blue and red really, really pops. So we've got, even in the eye, check that out. The glowing yellow beady eye with the red. It's so cool. On this side of the figure, you can see the leg. And yes, there is a hole through the entire leg. So that's why he's only got single joint on this side, but that is really cool. So very awesome. And then you'll notice even like in the parts that look like it's just a regular arm, you can see the cybernetics in there, which is really cool. Or over here on the leg, even though it's blue, you can tell there's cybernetics in there. So that is really, really cool. Very nice touch. I mean, they really went all out. You've even got the, blue and the tear of the costume on this side. So somebody at McFarlane really loves Cyborg Superman, so they went above and beyond, and I'm so glad we weren't just stuck with the new 52 version, that we got our classic version. So this is really cool. And the arm on this side has so much detail. It looks really good. It kind of makes me really excited if McFarlane is going to do like a Teen Titans Cyborg, like the new Titans. That would be so cool. If they did it with this silver, and if they did it with like this kind of like texture, design, and detail, that might be a really good one to get. I know we just got a kind of like rebirth style cyborg, or whatever the current cyborg design is, we did finally get one, but it is nothing like this. If we got a classic Titan cyborg like this, that'd be killer. All right, so articulation, moving in the head side to side, and then the arms go out about this far. Of course, it's going to be different with each arm. This one comes up more. The robot arm comes up less. There is butterfly joints, so that's nice. There's back and there's forward. So that's pretty good. There is a bicep cut, which is good on the robot side. Harder to move. Of course, easier to move on the regular arm side. Double jointed elbows, which there's the angle on that side. And on that side, wow, I did not expect that. This side has more. That, yeah, that came in way further than over here. That's wild. And then we've got articulation in the wrist, which I don't want to mess with too much, but we can take this off, put this on, the pointy finger, like, this is all your fault, Superman. You made me like this. No, just kidding. So yeah, really cool. And then on this side, same thing, full range of motion, and he's got the grab hand or the chokehold hand, so that's really cool. For the diaphragm and the waist, looks pretty good. Can he look up and get a good flight pose? His hair kind of prevents him a little bit on this side, so that does make it a little tougher. The hair goes into the neck, so you're only going to get to go up about that much, but still, that's way better than our movie Superman. That's actually really good. So, and there's not as much of like a pelvis pop out thing like before with Superman, so that's good. This is great. The legs come out pretty good. They go forward, they go back, same for both. There's no cut here. I thought there might be. We've got the single joint knee here and the double joint knee here, like that. That goes back pretty far. And then we've got articulation in the boot. No boot cut. But we do have articulation in the ankles, rocker pivots, and toes. Same for both. So that is really nice. Overall, you guys, this is a great figure. Sometimes the McFarlane figures, they don't feel like they stand up to the potential that they could have. This is not the case for this guy. He looks so good. And in hand, he's just awesome to have. Really, really well done. Especially love the cloth cape and that we can pose it any which way we want. And overall, just a great figure. 10 out of 10, man. He's the one. He's the winner. Great. Love this piece. The stand works great. The other hand that's not a grab hand is a fisted hand, so he can definitely punch Superman. Really good. Let's try to use this stand. Doesn't really like working on the robot foot. So I'll use the red boot foot, and that fit very nice, no problem. That was interesting. But yeah, we got the fisted hand instead of the grab hand for the flush hand, and then two fisted hands. So yeah, that's nice. So definitely great. Really glad to have that. I'm going to put Superman in a chokehold right now and see how that goes. It's actually kind of harder than I thought. I mean, you could definitely finagle it for some action figure photography, but like trying to get his hand around his neck to grab, I mean, like I'm doing it right now, but that's because I'm holding it. When I let go, not so much. However, to capture the fist is going to be a lot easier. So, very nice overall. Does look really good, especially fighting Superman. For the trading card that it comes with here, it is very nice. And on the back side, there is a huge bio there for you to read. You can pause now and read if you like. But yeah, overall, great figure. Really, really happy with this piece, you guys. I am so glad I got him. Go check your Walmart. Go check your electronics section. Like $25, totally worth it. All right, for our first comparison, here is our new Multiverse figures with the previous Spin Master 6-inch figures. These guys look great side by side. Really cool to see the differences in the figures, especially the Metamorphos. And yeah, it's definitely a very interesting thing, the basic kids' toys versus the collector figures. And because of the drops, we really got to experience both separately. And now here they are together. So overall, I think they look really good. I'll take you in a little bit closer so you can see some of the differences and the details. Check out those Metamorphos. Check out the Supermans. very, very interesting. Of course, the Spin Master toys are going to be smaller. That's to be expected. They're 6-inch scale, and McFarlane is 7-inch scale, but overall, they do look very nice together. All right, for a multiverse comparison, here they are, our new figures with some previous ones. I kind of did all the things that I thought about I would want to see the most first. So here is our new Supermans with some older theatrical Supermans and Supergirl. They fit in so nicely together. If you're a Superman fan, you're going to be very happy with the new David Cornsweet figure. He fits in great. And here's a look at the rest of the figures. The Action Comics 1000 Superman is closer in scale with Metamorpho, so that's really interesting to see. Cyborg Superman could definitely fight either the Silver Age Superman or the Action 1000. I think both look good side by side. I'd probably pick the Action 1000 overall. But yes, these guys look really, really good together. All right, next, Attack of the Batmans. I got all the theatrical Batmans here with our new figures. I just happen to have them nearby, so I thought this would be really cool to do, especially that Robert Pattinson Batman next to our new David Cornsweet Superman. Those actually look really, really good together. Christian Bale Batman actually fits in very nicely too. There's Ben Affleck and George Clooney and Val Kilmer and Michael Keaton. These guys look great side by side. Really cool. I am very happy to have them together. All right, for another comparison, some more multiverse figures. We've got our 1940s Golden Age Superman, Kingdom Come Superman, our movie Blue Beetle, our Silver Age Dr. Fate, Silver Age Batman, and our Hush Superman. These guys look fantastic with our new figures side by side. Gotta show you closer, especially on the Supermans. There is that original Kingdom Come emblem. It looks pretty good next to the new Supermans. Also fits in very nicely with Blue Beetle. And then just to kind of give you like a better range with Metamorpho, some of the other characters. I mean, honestly, even though he's a movie figure, he fits in with the comic book figures very, very nicely. So overall, these guys look really, really good together. Especially Hush Superman and Cyborg Superman. They look fantastic together. And for another comparison, I have some movie figures and some comic book figures. So really cool to see these guys side by side. We got our new Superman figure here with Freddy, Shazam, and Black Adam. They look fantastic. And Metamorpho does look really good. No matter who I put next to him, he's just an awesome looking figure. Definitely looks like Shazam and Dark Knight Returns Batman could take down that Cyborg Superman. That's my wife's favorite figure, that Dark Knight Returns Batman figure. So, all in all, these do look very nice together. Just wanted to kind of give you a better idea how they fit in or if they don't. But it really looks like our new multiverse figures fit in very nicely with all of our other theatrical figures and with some comic book ones as well. All right, you guys, that about does it for this action figure review. Thank you so much for watching. Superman, Metamorpho, Battle Damage Superman, and Cyborg Superman. You can get the two Supermans Metamorpho at Target. Cyborg Superman I got at Walmart. Very cool figures, you guys, for about 25 bucks. They're really, really cool. I really enjoyed these and had a lot of fun. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you're going to pick up or pass on these figures, what you're finding online and in your local areas. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, you guys, the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and all the support on the channel have been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, each and every one of you. As I find more new cool and awesome stuff, I'll be sure to bring it to you right here. Once again, I'm Brandon. Thanks for watching.